Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to day 8 of the month of metal. Today I'm painting a Demonette from 1999. This is the second iteration of Demonettes that were released, and I wasn't actually able to confirm who sculpted these. The only thing I could find was a little tagline that said designed by Trish and Aly Morrison. Those are the two who formed Marauder Miniatures, who made miniatures separate from GW, but also sort of with GW. It's kind of confusing. I'm not really sure I understand it fully. But so yeah, these were either sculpted by Trish or Aly, I assume. But regardless, starting off here, I primed this first of all with Vallejo Alien Purple, and then I had intended to zenithal it with Pale Clamshell, but I picked up the wrong color and accidentally sprayed it with Pale Sage. I realized my mistake, and then I was like, they're demonettes, they're demons, who cares? Let's just leave it and see what happens. And I was actually pretty happy with the result, so maybe I'll do it again on purpose in the future. But yeah, starting off with Magos Purple here, and just blocking in all the skin to be our base coat. Then I got some Flesh Terror Red, and I just blocked in the lobster or crab claws here. I'm not really sure where the design choice to give them all lobster claws came from, but honestly, I think it's pretty cool. I wish they had kept that in later iterations of the Demonettes. I really do like the third iteration of Demonettes with their like blade hands, but these lobster claws are really my favorite of all the Demonettes they've ever made. Then I got some Nazdrag yellow and just painted in the leather with this. I used this lighter Nazdrag yellow as opposed to one of the traditional brown colors of speed or of contrast paint, because the prime was a little bit darker. I knew that putting this lighter color on was going to darken up anyway, and I was afraid if I used one of the traditional darker colors, it wasn't going to read like contrast paint. It was just going to give me a flat color. And then I'd have to highlight it up and stuff like that. I didn't want to do that. So I went with this lighter color, hoping that it would combine well with the purple to give me a nice leather color. And I was correct. All right, then I took some Hydra Turquoise and painted in all the claws with this. So this was the claws on her feet, and then basically every spiky protrusion on her claws, or on her crab claws, I painted in this color. I always like to have some teal on Demonettes or on Slaanesh things in general, just because I think it pops really well with the sort of purple or pinks that are also usually present on the models. And so that's what I did for this one. Then I took some cobalt metal and just painted in all the studs, the chains around her waist, and a couple little details around her neck and ears as well. I chose cobalt metal specifically because it has a hint of blue in it, and so it'll pop nicely with the yellow and the purple that we already have here. Then I grabbed some Spellbound Fuchsia, and I just painted her eyes here. The eyes are really big on this miniature, which is nice because it makes them quite easy to paint. And I wanted these to really pop out against the rest of the skin, so I did these in a very bright color. Then I got just a little bit of black and dotted in a pupil on either eyeball here. Then I took some Legendary Red and just did a couple little edge highlights on the claws. Nothing crazy, not going in and touching every single edge, but just like the most prominent ones, the ones that can be seen from 3 feet away, basically. And yeah, just gave them a little edge highlight, not being super precise with this, but just so you could see it again from 3 feet away. Then I put 2 washes on this miniature. First, I did Reichland Flesh Shade on the skin, just to give it a little couple like subtle brown tones and make it seem a little more realistic, not just a flat purple color. Which, I mean, I'm not sure why I'm going for realism with a demon. Who knows what color they could be. But I just wanted a little more naturalistic hint to the skin here. Then I took some Targor Raid Shade and put it on basically everything else. This, as you may have seen in previous videos, I love combining this with the Nazdrag Yellow. Gives a really great leather. But then I also just put it on everything else just to darken it up and give me some more depth in in this otherwise pretty simple paint scheme. And with that, she was done. Thank you everybody for watching. Right about now, you should be seeing some finished pictures of her. I did kind of a blue swirly base with some demon-y looking tufts on it. I think that is cool enough for this one-off paint job. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for day 9 of the month of metal.